Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got She-Hulk episode 2 spoiler review. You know, where did Hulk go? I want to know the same thing too, man. Because when he called up, you know what I'm saying, the cousin, well, not him, but the cousin calling him up, he was like, you know what I'm saying, then they zoom up, but the way he was at, well, not really where he was at, but like they showed the same ship from episode 1. So I'm like, yeah, he's somewhere in space. And then they show like a little Sheen Sean reference, not reference, but movie on the, you know, connection with She-Hulk. You know, when he got out of the jail cell. You know what I'm saying? Security jail cell and shit. When he, you know, fight Wong and shit. So hey. But episode 2 was lit. I liked it though, man. Let me know in the comment below y'all like episode 2. And yeah, but hey, straight to the Easter eggs and yeah. Let's get it.
It was about time Marvel finally addressed something you fans out there could not shut up about.
Wait, what?
Finally! Why is nobody talking about the giant celestial statue just peeking out from the earth that was left over from Eternals? This episode of She-Hulk finally acknowledged it. So I need you to shut your pie hole.
I finally rest.
Wait, they did? I ain't gonna lie, my watch was too. I was like 50% sleep, 50% watching it. So I ain't gonna lie.
Watch the sunrise on a grateful universe.
Hello Marvel fans, my name is Chris. They just went ahead and dropped episode 2 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. So that means it's time for me to give you my spoiler review on episode 2, tell you my reaction to it, point out some Easter eggs you might have missed, because let me tell you, that celestial Easter egg is not the only juicy Easter egg in here. But also breaking down
there's a lot of Easter eggs in episode 2, a lot of Easter eggs, and a lot of connections too.
Episode and talking about the one moment in here I know most fans got up from their couch and went, oh, what's happening here? Marvel, don't you play with me. So I'm gonna need you She-Hulk watchers to give me your opinions down below. What did you think of episode 2? Are you going along with the series? If you're someone who liked episode 1, are you still liking episode 2? If you're someone who
nah, I like it though. I like episode
hated
2.
episode 1, did episode 2?
And then a lot of fourth wall, a lot of fourth wall too going on episode 2. More fourth wall than episode 1 though.
You around? Either way, let me tell you, episode 3, I'm gonna turn you on. Okay, I said it. This show's rated
I'm dead.
TVMA, so sorry, little kids. So diving straight into She-Hulk episode 2, Attorney at Law, we open up with the aftermath of how episode 1 ended, with Titania going in and
with the news and
disrupting the courtroom, with She-Hulk saving the day. Now, this is kind of interesting how the show is doing this all out of order. We recently found out through some interviews from the creators of the show that they actually wanted to do She-Hulk's origin more towards episode 8 or 7 of the show. But good old Kevin Feige pushed forward and said,
wait, 8 of the show, damn.
No, I think it's better if you do She-Hulk's origin on the very first episode. And
oh, so they were trying to mix it up to the 8th? They were trying to show it all the way to the 8th episode, is her origin then. So they were, damn, they were to do it backwards. Like, I don't know how that would work.
Force them to move it to episode 1.
I mean, you know, you gotta listen to Kevin Feige. If I can say, hey, jump out the building, hey, you gonna jump out that motherfucking building? Shit, no cap.
This could explain some of the weird editing going on and why things don't feel as connected. And let me tell you, I think Kevin Feige made the right choice. Could you imagine waiting all the way to...
Yeah, I was about to say, we wait all the way to episode 8 and 9. So the whole episode would be like, she already She-Hulk. And then 8 and 9, they tell her origin story. Like, nah, that's good, Kevin Feige. Yeah, you know, that's my favorite with Kevin Feige though.
Episode 7 or 8 to get that origin for She-Hulk, that was pretty straightforward. But I think because of this, the initial problem...
But then it probably messed them up too, like the editing people. Well, you know how they wanted it to be. Directors, like, they probably messed them up. So yeah, well.
That was going to be happening in episode 1 with Titania going into the courtroom is moved to a later episode that, I'll just tell you, doesn't even happen in the first 4 episodes I saw. So this ain't the last time we've seen Titania, the superhero influencer, and seen how
oh, is she coming back?
Big of a rival she is for She-Hulk in the comics. I'm curious where they take that storyline. I'm not a big fan right now of her being a superhero influencer, but maybe they can make it work. Just like this joke definitely worked.
Like a chick Hulk. She-Hulk?
He said it.
Ah, yeah, that dude funny.
He said it. Come on, She-Hulk. I was saying some of your stuff was funny. Don't make me look bad. But as we move forward, we find Jennifer Walters going to a bar where a lot of people expect her to be She-Hulk. She's becoming the celebrity around town, and people enjoy just seeing her all green. It's even here where her own best friend is questioning her if she's going to become a superhero now, where she responds,
That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans.
and you know that line about orphans? At the end of the day, it's not that funny, is it? Because an orphan has feelings. But some of the things that I thought actually worked well in this episode is, one, Jennifer Walters gets fired. She becomes a liability for her firm, and then it becomes impossible for her to find a job. That's actually something I like that they included in here, is those consequences that come with being a superhero. Your life basically gets ruined in ways
Yeah, they show like a montage.
you
and all
wouldn't
that.
expect, and it also makes sense for these firms not to want to hire her. It's basically putting a target on all the innocent people working there, just like Hulk warned her about. But here's where we get some mind-blowing Easter eggs for this episode, because as Jennifer Walters is job hunting on her laptop, we as MCU fans are given a bunch of goodies. For one, up in the corner you can see that they have a tab for finding Ant-Man, so I guess you
I didn't even see that shit.
could just locate the dude. You also have a tab talking about Norse mythology, which I'm guessing is important now that actual Asgardian gods live on Earth. Off
Oh yeah, true.
to the side, we also get here an advertisement for Iron Man 3s, which I think is just kind of funny to think about. Iron Man having his own line of shoes very similar to Jordan's. This is also where they finally address the Celestial from a
Oh, that's how y'all get y'all shit. Why there's a giant statue of a man sticking out of the ocean. Oh, that's how y'all. Okay, I ain't even see that shit though.
Eternals, or at least
See, I don't look that deep though. So
I'm assuming it is, because what else could it be with a tab saying here, why is there a giant statue of a man sticking out of the ocean? I mean, that's clearly what happened in Eternals.
Yeah.
So many fans have been pissed that we've gotten so many movies and TV shows where no one's talked about it, when it's like, how have we not come to the point and realized that people on MCU Earth just used to it and don't even question it? We saw the way they reacted when freaking Moon Knight turned back the stars. But
Yeah.
But there you go. For the people who were begging and crying, MCU addressed it. There is full-on articles about it. I wish we could click on it to see how they explain it, because I doubt they got the Eternals explanation. But okay, I'm ignoring the biggest Easter egg here that I'm like, oh my goodness, why are they doing this to us right now? We essentially have a Wolverine Easter egg on this homepage with a little link that says, man fights with metal claws in bar brawl. Kill me? That is as clear as can be an Easter
Yeah, X-Men is bitch too.
egg to Wolverine. Now, I don't know if this will actually lead to anything, or it's actually a little foreshadowing Easter egg for something later on in She-Hulk. For all we know, they could just dismiss this, have this be a little small Easter egg, and it's something that's never addressed again. But holy moly, with them already introducing the mutants in Miss Marvel and having them actually say the word mutant, and basically saying here Wolverine is out there having his bar brawls like he likes to have, that's just kind of awesome to know it's out there. But again, this will most likely just be an Easter egg that leads to nothing.
Go fuck yourself.
From here, we follow Jennifer Walters to one of her family dinner nights where we get to meet her family. And honestly, they seem like nice, lovable people. I enjoyed this scene, especially when the father was talking about Hawkeye.
What happens to those arrows of his? I mean, does he go around and collect them when he's...
Nah, his her dad funny as hell. He said, "What happened to them arrows? He just collect them and ooh."
done?
I don't know why, that's just the kind of humor I enjoy. Something
That's what I was saying. Like, to me, it was funny though. That's what I said.
else I
was
found
laughing.
interesting that they threw in here is something that's been talked about right now in the female community.
As a stylist, you know, she could help you.
Let's get this hair more like She-Hulk's.
In the hair community, there's this whole argument against curly and straight hair. Apparently, there's a whole section of people who have naturally curly hair that are kind of ashamed by it and think
Huh? Question mark?
Hollywood portrays straight hair as the preferred beautiful hair, which is why some people are getting upset when Jennifer Walters turns into She-Hulk, she gets her straight hair. I remember even when Moon Knight was coming out and we had Layla turn into a superhero, there was a lot of people so happy and supportive that they kept her curly hair when she was in her superhero form. So with this show kind of being written on the female
I did not know that was a thing.
perspective, I think that's interesting that they felt the need to actually address something they knew people would complain about. Why does She-Hulk have straight hair when she turns into She-Hulk? I know some dudes won't care about that, but
I mean, what was I saying? I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, what we're talking about, but
I find it interesting to talk about. The following day, though, Jennifer Walters is approached and given a job offer to work for GLKH, which was the law firm. Jennifer Walters is approached and given a job offer to work for GLKH, which was the law firm she was fighting against that represents Titania. They want Jennifer Walters to be the head of her superhero division, even asking her to come into work as She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I thought this was kind of pretty wild and crazy for this law firm to demand that of her, but really right now Jennifer Walters has no other option if she wants to continue her law practice. It's also worth pointing out, as she's getting a tour of the building, we do see somebody who's an avid comic book collector, which is always fascinating to me that these exist in the MCU. Some of these are Hulk-centric comic book storylines, and even one for Thor. Just kind of a cool thing for Marvel to throw in there. Even got an Easter egg to Mr. Krabs in here. As Jen and her best friend are taking in their new office, we're introduced to a new character, Pug. For my horror fans, he's also showing up in Scream 6, and after seeing him in the couple bits of episodes in here for She-Hulk, I'm pretty excited to see him in that. Plus, who doesn't love a man who shows you where to poop?
A map to the best bathroom for pooping, for pooping, for pooping, for pooping.
Finally bringing us to some of the real meat of episode 2, and what has me actually intrigued to see further episodes of She-Hulk is the law firm giving her her first case to represent Emil Blonsky, aka Abomination, and try to get him on parole. Now, here's some of the stuff with Abomination I actually like. The next episode, we'll be talking about some of the things I don't really like about Abomination. At least I
well, you just gotta wait.
think it's the next episode. It might be episode 4. But whenever we start to see Abomination turn into his Abomination form, that's when I got some gripes to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, they changed it. You know what I mean?
But hear what they showcased in this episode, and She-Hulk having to go to damage control, this prison for these supervillains, and her face-to-face with Emil, I was like, oh my god, this is actually brilliant. His whole explanation for why he deserves the right to be on parole, released from prison, I thought was really well done. This was a man who was given essentially a super soldier serum by his country, was told he was
Yeah, he told what happened. Like, you know, finally he told what happened.
the hero, said that the Hulk was the bad guy, and at the end of it all, he was put in jail. For good reason. He was hurting people and doing things wrong. But the Hulk has also done that in his past with Age of Ultron, or other times the Hulk has gone on Rampage, and even though it seems like maybe the law was sometimes after Hulk, he's still out there scotch-free and celebrated as an Avenger, as far as where kids are wanting to take pictures with the Hulk. To me, this showcased what She-Hulk could be about, and actually bringing up some real issues in the MCU where sometimes supervillains deserve a little justice, or maybe deserve to be heard a little bit. I know some people are going to be kind of pissed off with this reformed, peaceful version of Emil Blonsky, but I honestly don't mind it. I see the potential for where this storyline could go, especially if he is someone that they're going to bring into the Thunderbolts movie. That's the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he probably
Film basically for Marvel. If he is this loving, peacekeeping person that doesn't want to fight anymore, that doesn't like turning into Abomination, and then is being forced to be part of the Thunderbolts and is told you have to destroy things, you have to beat up people, something he no longer wants to do, I think that makes for a compelling story and could lead into some interesting character development. But after Jennifer Walters has her meeting with Emil Blonsky and considering the idea of helping him out, she decides to call her cousin Bruce and see if he would be okay with her taking the case. This is also where we got some more little Easter eggs that I like. For one, I like how he mentions that the Hulk and Abomination no longer have beef, to where he even writes him a haiku, and we of course get the Easter egg mentioning he was a whole different person, literally, because he was Edward Norton instead of Mark Ruffalo. Clever little joke there,
Oh yeah, true.
Marvel. But then holy nipples, Batman, because as this conversation was ending and we pan out to where Hulk was, all of us assuming he was still in Mexico in his lab.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. They did a little sneak peek where he at. You know, he in space somewhere.
He's actually on that Sakaar ship.
The same ship from episode 1.
From episode 1, being transported to Sakaar for reasons I want to find out about.
Yeah. Oh, he going to Sakaar, okay.
This right
I'm like, 'cause I ain't know where he was going. Shit.
here has me pumped, excited, wondering what.
Yeah, but hey, this I'm telling y'all, she got a lot of Easter eggs, man. A lot of shit, man. No cap.
What the heck is Marvel setting up here? Because one, that answers the question, there wasn't a physical person in that ship. It was essentially just a drone trying to find Bruce Banner to deliver that message, which would explain why that ship caused the accident. There wasn't a person piloting the ship, and it was more of an AI robot just trying to do its job.
Ah, yeah, true.
which is why it caused the accident. But the ship clearly had a message that said, hey, we need you to come back to Sakaar because we got something to tell you. Use a father. At least that's what we're thinking it is, but we got to look at the other possibilities here. Throwing out a random theory here, and again, even though I've seen the first 4 episodes of She-Hulk, we actually don't get this addressed in the episodes I've seen, so who knows if we get it in episode 5, 6, or 7. But if it's not the Hulk finding out he has a son on Sakaar, I wonder if it would be the Grand Master who is on the planet Sakaar and it's in danger. Maybe there's some ruler who came into the planet, is taking over all the people there, hurting the Grand Master, and he's like, I need my champion. I need my hero. And that was the Hulk. So he sends him a message saying, can you come help me because these people are taking over and we need that big, strong Hulk that we knew from the arena to take these people down. That would actually be kind of cool. It would also give us a great reason for Savage Hulk to come out, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Ending the episode off with Jennifer Walters turning on the TV and being in the middle of Shang-Chi, where she sees Abomination.
Yep, Shang-Chi. That movie. That's what we saw in the movie though, man. Connections.
And Wong fighting in an illegal battle, knowing that this is going to hurt her chances for getting the Abomination on parole. This is kind of cool for them to throw that in there, and now we know exactly where She-Hulk is kind of taking place in all this. It's basically right in the middle.
That's what I'm saying. Basically the same basically, yeah, the same world, you know, or basically the same timeline
Of Shang-Chi. We'll also finally be getting the answers to why Wong needed to have Abomination to spar with and took him out of his prison, which is something that we saw and we've been wondering ever since we saw it there. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but 2 episodes in, not counting 3 or 4 just yet, I'm still rocking with She-Hulk. I'm loving it.
No, yeah, I'm liking it too.
Especially with how connected it is to the...
Yeah, it is. And that's why I like it too. And I think everybody else too. Everybody like that connection. You know what I mean? Some shows was really connecting. But this show is connecting a lot, so you know everybody like it. You know, even I like it too though. When they're connecting to Ching Chong and some other ones, you know, all the other ones.
The MCU, how they're weaving in storylines from the Incredible Hulk, from Shang-Chi, her actually starting to do some lawyer work, how fast the story is moving, and some of the humor is landing for me. So to me, I'm still having a lot of fun with this show. It's having its gripes and hiccups here and there, but it's stuff I can look past and still enjoy. This is where I throw it off to you guys though. You see all these great things that She-Hulk is setting up, some of the Easter eggs thrown in there. What excites you the most? What are you excited to see be answered? Anything and everything, be sure to leave me your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3CFilms or on TikTok at 3CFilms. But as always, my name is Chris. Prepare for episode 3 in that post-credit scene. It'll change you.
Man, nah, that dude funny. But anyway, man, leave a like, man, to my channel, y'all, man. Hit the bell. Let me know what y'all think about the Easter egg, man, video. Let me know kind of below. But yeah, like it up, sub. Yeah, peace.